yuppie diary, coherent in the non-dream complication of what's about to happen if all the passengers applaud the fanfare before the narrative. Call it crumpled if you like. Adversity, a fallen angel in negative theology. Ask the vicar to make sure the coffee arrives in its egregious disparity. It would be magnanimous to doubt this, or suddenly greet the silicate ziggurat with a profound architectural non sequitur, the classic horse trick out of petrifaction, spilling the glove onto a Trojan pantomime. Is it now again that I deceive the new partition with its loop suspended, or does it symbolize disinheritance in the sad vociferation of the subatomic flow? Mimic these artifacts. Stop shouting at known things in the ballpark. And if that sounds improbable, nothing will. Much ado about the ease of submission to the drifting states of consciousness down to third. Now our lives return us to Baghdad, and eager to prove that the philosophy of Merleau-Ponty still pertains to the batter's stance, a condition of savage anomaly in public demonstrations. The charred bodies arranged among themselves simply happen there, to structure a boundary for the bat around its incompossibility with deterrence. Better perform it in the safety of the radar's range of the reader at hand, or in the hesitations of John Locke, or the crisp air not surrounding any known discernible. Day one was the best. Ingrid Bergman left the mound in Casablanca, pledging autonomy and free agency for all her sacerdotal teammates. It was a known sectarian lyric, become an in-joke with the neighbours, whose sphincters gravitated towards the anti-lyrical immediately prior to the Simpsons' royal encore. Was it watching us at the hacienda, interrupted by a foul ball into the crowded company of exhibits? Heck of a job, no doubt, under the canopy of careless stars, dead on arrival at their nice stag-mick reception. The routes run parallel up to where cows chug into rivulets, invented to allow the viewer sent to prison a second chance in a world more secure on its way to half-complete his sandwich. But let's suppose that Mayakovsky was the catcher of the 3 balls, no strikes delivery, and all hell breaks loose around the Cadillacs. The buyer signs the repetitions and the endless meaning of a beautiful Pacific rim, which could be ground or sea in the 7th inning stretch, and the crowd blissful of the circumstance. These are the reasons why creotic tangles gather here, as if returning to a good explanation via bad metalepsis of why the at-bat turns runcible. Say it in pidgin to the Brontosaurus from the comic book beneath familiar secrets and armorial crests. Crests as the waves do, looking for winds to repair the umpire's part in the error of the final score, the dark side of the entire whodunit. This is a short section from another ongoing piece called Gobi Veda. Proboscidean demolition artist of the antisocial, from madness to community care, hardly the conscience of the state. It was that unmitigating sense of post-war alienation that led to knee pads and structuralism. Couldn't shiver in the change from Persepolis to Baghdad, rice peasant to a Muslim woman in Marseilles, instead of Katrina Aftermath in his Arcades project, played out in neo-Stalinist coupe if Tamil Tiger's headaches constituted consolation prize, still loving the post-possibility scenarios in all its cartoonality. In the kitchen poem, an egg slides over pain, kissing militant Islam on the lips of Salman Rushdie in Afghanistan, segregating late romanticism from a broad conception of the Shalwar Kameez, with perhaps Dick Cheney quoting Berriman's dream songs for a day or two, or Walter Benjamin on the laws of tribal regions in Parisian suburbs, all broad, masculine inquiries into the Second Empire of Princeton University. Pinch, punch, first of the interrogations based on pain without question. I met my love in the Pentagon, in a headscarf with collateral bands on human rights and species renewal obligations. Which way then to the bombed-out supermarket? Too fat a day to run quicker, needing more poets to die in peacekeeping forces. So let me compare thee to a slithing tove, in connection with a sudden lifting out of realism into magical politics, hashish protocols in place before Petrarch and Dante flannerise the gender infractions. It's why I'm enamoured of the contemporary, and why I say it in slices, with Pepsi resolutions on the price of coca, sunset chronotopes including another Jesus sighting into Crete, where early modern fingernails still circulate the local currency. I'm happy to report some market optimism from the mummy pits. Savant safeguards catalogued via the regular stali Rosetta syndromes should prove lucrative for shabby figuration trends. Black line on top means promotional discount, means the strap-on biodiversity suggests Manet's water lilies, correlated with strategic studies on afterbirth among Tibetan butterflies. And then it's poetry again. Sanitized elegiac moments and late Pashto. Love poems on Cambodia, according to the local leftists' call for a collective leap into Anglo-Catholic porn. We doubt, therefore we should, two shadows on one internet to Google sweet mona innominata component. It's a cultivated landscape for the interfacial Aeolian harp of teeth, smiling at grief. How scrivened to the eros padaikos, returning in the marvel of minuteness, with paradox exaggeration, courtesy the Dean of Dublin or Barack Obama onto celluloid. Rest assured, the new Atlantis will be Anglophone, with lots of xenophobic rebate. And I think now we're moving on. It's half an hour, is that right? So, well, here I am wasting time. Right. Karen, could you come up and join me in that promised novel? Thank God we share the same bed, so it's not going to be as awkward as mine. So the novel is called Panopticon. It came out in the 1980s, and it was actually going to be republished by Norton in a series called Classics of Modernism. And then when they found out it was not an American, they kind of pulled the plug. God bless Norton.